Welcome to the Marvelous Moms Club podcast. Discover yourself, break out of mediocrity, and become the mom you've always aspired to be. Here's your host, Kirsten Tyrell.
Hey there, Marvelous Moms. How's it going? It's Thursday. We've had 3 interviews so far. Awesome women. Wonderful things have been said. And I've been having some really fun days talking to some even more marvelous moms to come. Like seriously marvelous stuff. So I wanted to talk about that today, about the word marvelous. It's so funny and yet not funny. It makes total sense to me how every single mom that I ask that question of, even though I prepare them, I would say 80% of them I remember to prepare ahead of time. The other I just take for granted that they listen and I think they're going to know I'm going to ask. But I ask them all what makes them a marvelous mom. And even with prompting and preparation, some of them, you guys, I don't have to edit out hardly anything on these episodes, but that is the moment when I edit a lot. It's like the the sigh, and then they give me a great answer. I think it's a great answer. And a couple times they're like, can we redo that? I don't feel like that was what I wanted to say. And I totally understand. This is a really hard question. It's a stressful thing to answer. It's really uncomfortable to talk about yourself in a positive way. And what's really cool is we're going to be talking to somebody from the Small Seed where they have a really cool challenge going on right now in honor of Valentine's Day. I think it's hashtag choose to love yourself. I may be wrong. But anyway, we're going to be talking with Kim from the Small Seed, and we'll go into that a little bit more. So make sure you listen to tomorrow's episode because this is a really cool thing that's going on. Getting back on track. Owning our greatness. Owning what makes us marvelous. It's not the most fun thing to think positively, but I was on Periscope today, and I was talking about this challenge and this hashtag thing that's going on, and I was saying how when I was younger and I was in dance classes and musical theater classes, my teachers were really great. They were super focused on energy and positivity and everything like that. And there was times that they would make us stand facing the mirror with our nose to the mirror or looking ourselves right in the eye, and we were supposed to tell ourselves something positive. We were supposed to look at ourselves in the eye and just think all these positive things. And it was so uncomfortable and I hated it. And I would look at the people next to me thinking are they doing this? I hate this. Why do we have to do this? Why can't we just sing? Why can't we just dance? I don't want to look at myself in the eye. I don't want to tell myself happy things. I don't want people to see me looking at myself thinking that I look so good, So weird. And some of you guys listening might have been in those classes with me. You tell me if you think it was weird or if you were super comfortable doing it, because as a teenage girl, it was not fun. Anyway, I digress. So getting back to marvelous. I thought it would be really fun to break down the word marvelous and make it an acronym and describe what makes marvelous moms marvelous. So starting with the letter M, this one was kind of tricky because I just wanted to say mother. But we can be marvelous without being moms. Even though a lot of you guys here are moms, there are some non-moms I know that have tuned in, which is great. Miraculous is what I decided for M. Because anytime you have a child, whether it's from your own womb or from the womb of somebody else who's, selflessly chosen to give you that baby, it is a miracle. Every child placed in our lives and in our care is a miracle. So the very essence of being a mother is miraculous. Every single time, no matter how it happens, it's miraculous. The next letter, A, aware. I think that when you're marvelous, you're super aware of what's going on around you. You're super aware of the joy in your life, of the happiness. You're aware of your children. You're aware of the fact that this time is fleeting. You're aware of who they are, what they're doing, and you just have a really unique and keen awareness. And that's pretty much all I can say about that. I feel like to be marvelous, you really have to be aware. You can't, be living under this shroud of ignorance. R, receptive. I like this one a lot because I feel like as moms, we have to be receptive to learning, to having messages, to intuition. All of us were given very wonderful mother intuition. And if you haven't experienced it yet, it will come. But I feel like it starts from the get-go. Even while you're pregnant, you have mother's intuition. You know when something's not right or when something is right. So when you're marvelous, you're super receptive and you listen to that and you don't tune it out. You learn to listen to that intuition and you learn to appreciate it. V is vulnerable. nobody wants a mom who's not vulnerable. Like, nobody wants a mom who doesn't have feelings. And I don't really know that they exist anyway. But to be marvelous, you really have to be very, very vulnerable with your kids. They have to see you. I love what some of the moms here have said. Like, they pride themselves in the fact that they say sorry to their kids. And I think that goes hand in hand with being vulnerable. You have to show them that you're human. You have to show them you have feelings. You have to let them see you cry. You have to let them see you laugh. You have to let them see you be human. So being marvelous includes being vulnerable. And that example is going to help them to be vulnerable people as well. And that doesn't mean gullible. Vulnerable is a wonderful word. It just means, I don't know. I think it's a very, very good word. So I've included it in the marvelous acronym. E, excited. This one is one that I'm proud of. I feel like every day I'm excited. I have a sister too, she's like, I love going to bed at night because I love getting up in the morning and starting a new day. And I think that that's how every day should be. When you're a marvelous mom, you should be excited about the fact that you get to get up and be a mom. Do you remember being in school and like thinking, oh, I can't wait till I'm like a mom, a stay-at-home mom, and I can just be home all day and paint my nails and eat chocolates and watch soap operas? Not that that's what my mom did, but for some reason I thought it would be really, really fun to like be a stay-at-home mom. It ain't no picnic. It's fun. But that's what I'm saying. Like, we need to be excited about it instead of starting to see it in this like dreadful light. Like, oh, I have to get up tomorrow. I was in that phase where I would lay in bed at night thinking, I have to do this all again tomorrow. I'm not excited about this every day. Like, I'm just counting down the days and it's just never going to end. Like, oh my gosh, what have I gotten myself into? The monotony of it was so overwhelming to me and I was not excited. But when I chose to start having a little more excitement with it, and for me, that was like kind of doing big things because I just don't do things small. It doesn't make me excited to be like, okay, well, tomorrow we're just going to go to the library. No, it was like, tomorrow we're going to go to the library and we're going to get a book about every single thing and we're going to learn about every single thing. I had to do it like 1,000,000%. But you're all unique. Whatever makes you excited, you need to find something in your day that makes you excited, in your week, in your life, anything. To be marvelous, you have to be excited about this journey of motherhood. Learning. Oh my goodness. I have never been even a fraction of the marvelous mom that I am now until I started reading and learning and realizing how much information is out there and how much is open and available to me. It's just knowledge beyond measure. I mean, there's so much to learn. It doesn't always have to be parenting tips either. It doesn't have to be like learning your ABCs or, learning world history. If that's what excites you, go ahead and learn that. But there's so many people out there who are there to teach you. There's so many opportunities to learn. There's social media, there's so many like books online. There's physical books. I mean, not even books. There's tutorials, there's how-tos, there's webinars, there's amazing ways to learn. Anything you want to learn about, it's at the touch, it's at your fingertips. So I feel like to be a marvelous mom, you have to constantly be learning, and not even like learning information, but just learning what you're doing and how to do it better, and not settling for that mediocre, like, whatever, like, it's fine. No. To be marvelous, you need to be constantly in a state of learning. O, open. And this is very similar to receptive and vulnerable, but it's different in its own way. You have got to be open to so many things when you are a mom. You've got to be open to change. You've got to be open to struggle. You have to be open to inspiration. Your heart has to be completely open. To love your children fully, you have got to have an open heart. You can't do it halfway. You can't hold back anything, because if you hold back, they're going to know. They're going to know you're not giving your entire, heart and soul to them. So you have to be open, and you have to be open to their love, and you have to be open to other people's love. You have to be open to compliments. You have to be open to people who are there to support you and help you and love you. If you're not open to that, then you're just doing yourself a disservice. So to be marvelous, be open. Be open to everything. Understanding. Yeah. Enough said, right? Like, we have to be understanding. Our children aren't going to be perfect. Our spouses aren't going to be perfect. Life's not perfect. We have to have some understanding when other people make mistakes, and acknowledge the fact that everybody gets their moment. Everybody gets their moment to fall, and we have to be understanding when that happens. We have to be understanding with ourselves too. Understanding that some days are just not going to be good. Some days are going to be really, really, really bad. So be understanding, be forgiving. There's no F in marvelous, but I would say that forgiving would go very closely with understanding. So be understanding. And S, oh, I love this one. I love that it comes last too. Smiling. I know that that's like a weird way to end the acronym because it's not like an emotion, but I really feel like it's important. When you're a marvelous mom, you have got to be smiling. And I don't mean plaster a fake smile on your face and smile through everything. I'm saying, like, if you smile, do you know how it instantly increases your energy and your happiness when you smile? Even if you have to fake it for like a few seconds, you're going to find that, like, smile at your kids, smile at a stranger on the street. Even if they don't smile back, how does it make you feel? Or if they do smile back, how does that make you feel? This is so important in motherhood. You have got to smile. You've got to smile at your kids. How many times have you been caught in a moment where they're like, Mommy, are you mad? Mommy, are you sad at me? What's going on? What's the matter, Mom? And you don't even realize, but you're like walking through your house like a tyrant and you are ticked and your face shows that you are angry. And your kids pick up on that. And the second I switch that off and I smile at my kids, even if I don't want to, even if I'm mad, if I smile, everything changes. Everything completely changes. It's so, so wonderful. And I feel like I've been really blessed to grow up in a household and with a family that is laughing and silly all the time. So smiling is really easy. But that being said, there are those moments when it's just the last thing I want to do. But I know what a difference it makes. So make sure to be marvelous, you've got to be smiling. Smile through your struggles. And I don't mean fake smile. I mean find a reason to smile, even when you don't want to, because that's when you need to smile the most. So anyway, miraculous, aware, receptive, vulnerable, excited, learning, open, understanding, and smiling. That's what makes moms marvelous. So even if you have one of those attributes, or I honestly think if you're listening to this, you have all of those attributes. And I think that we all have it in us to be marvelous. I think that we all are marvelous. We just need to recognize it and acknowledge it and be proud of that. But yeah, I think those are really good. That's a really good acronym. Marvelous is a great acronym for all of those descriptive words. What do you think? I think it's great. I love being a marvelous mom, and I love spreading all this marvelousness with you guys. I honestly love it. It's so much fun, and I am so excited for tomorrow's episode. I'm excited to keep this going. I love you all. Thank you for listening. I hope you have a great Thursday, and I will talk to you again tomorrow. Bye.